What up, guys? XTREME. So, a few months ago, I uploaded the top 10 strongest bladers, and now I'm gonna, do the exact opposite. The top 10 weakest bladers in the metal series, minus 0G. So, in this one, I excluded some bladers that you would probably say, hey, why isn't he on the list? Well, I'll probably explain it after I show the bladers. Probably. Or probably not. Depends if I'm lazy or not. Roll the video. Number 10. Yoma. I picked Yoma because, well, he loses to everybody. He loses to Jinga, he loses to, Kiyoya, Reggie, he loses to a lot of people. Even you. The only bladers he's really beaten are, generic bladers and Kenta and Benkei. Now, Kenta can be argued as a terrible blader, but I don't know, I think he battled him when he was at his lowest stage, and I think Kenta has improved quite a bit. And Benkei, I guess, he wasn't really that strong at the time either, so that's why I have Yoma on here. Another reason is that during the Stormy Battle Royale, he was the first one to get knocked out, and that's pretty sad. And he has a plastic wheel instead of a metal one, because in the anime it's Clay Aries, but in real life it's rock, and that's probably why he loses all the time. Number 9. Busujima. I picked Busujima because he hasn't really won a battle without cheating. Well, I mean, during the qualifying rounds of the, Japanese team selection, I guess he played fair then, but, from his other victories, he's kind of cheated. He lets his friends help a lot in his, battles by throwing stuff at the opponent's Beyblade. And one time he put oil on the stadium to make it slippery so the other Beyblade will have a tough time, attacking while he's not affected at all. Competitive advantage, man. Why not? But yeah, I think without those tactics, he's not very good. Sora beat him even when he cheated the second time. Or I can't even remember how many times they battled, but all I remember is the two. But yeah, I don't find him very strong. That's why I have him on here. Number 8. Tobio. Definitely a very interesting character. I love Tobio. One of my personal favorites. He's not in the top 10, but he's lingering. But that doesn't make him a strong blader. His Beyblade is very unique. It bounces around, and he uses sniping tactics, to try to get the angle on the opponent. But it doesn't seem to do the job very well. He lost to Jinga, Kiyoya, and Ryuga. It seems like the only opponents he can really win against are just those generic bladers you can find anywhere, in the Beyblade universe. And really, bladers like these, I mean, they're strong in their own right, when compared to generic bladers, but when they're against top tier bladers like Tsubasa, then, they're gonna lose. Number 7. Tatsuya. I mean, are you really surprised that he's on this list? He's branded as a cheater, which there are a couple matches where I can vouch for Tatsuya because he wasn't really cheating. He was mostly acting, lying to the audience to get their sympathy, to get the win. In my opinion, that's strategy. I guess, advantage. It's not really cheating in my eyes, but whatever. He does cheat though. He cheated against Kenta and his friends. He cheated against Jinga. Well, he lost against Jinga anyways, but whatever. His record is 7 wins and 10 losses. That's actually not that bad compared to the other ones, but some of those are from cheating. Even though, again, some are not. You know, I have to exclude, like, what is up with the camera? Oh, settle down there, boy. Okay, settle down. All right, focus on the Beyblade. So I'm gonna have to exclude some wins from his record, and that makes him a little bit more, you know, weak. But yeah, he's definitely an interesting character. I love Tatsuya. I think he's hilarious. He's an entertaining character. You know, definitely brightens up the mood. I'm probably the only person who likes Tatsuya. Sue me. Number 6. The Kumari Brothers. I picked all of them because, I mean, granted, the oldest, what's his name? Kumasasuke? He's definitely the strongest, but, I mean, they all seem equal to me. Plus, they battle together most of the time. The reason I put them on here is because even though they ganged up on Tsubasa when Tsubasa was, you know, trying out for the Dark Nebula, he beat them both. Well, he beat them all. And it was pretty pathetic to watch. I don't know, it's just like, I mean, it seems like Orso has a lot of attack potential, even though it's a defense type. And, I mean, the Kumari Brothers, I mean, they do have a lot of power, but they're pretty reckless with it, and they don't seem to, I don't think they've won any matches except against, you know, bladers that don't matter, or who aren't, you know, really major characters in the story. Number 5. Moti. I don't know why, I just had a feeling to put her on this list. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. I know this might be pretty debatable. I mean, we haven't really seen her battle, and she hasn't really, but I don't know, from the battle I've seen, just doesn't seem like she's very good. So basically, if you don't know, she's partnered with Johannes in the tag team tournament thing, and she was basically told to stay out of the way, and Johannes, you know, would do all the work, and she did that. And when she actually took action, I mean, she didn't do much, and Johannes got mad, and just like with one hit, she's like flown out of the stadium. It just, from that, just doesn't seem like she's that much of a threat at all. She doesn't seem like much of a challenge. But I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about this pick. But what do you guys think? I'm not sure. It's debatable. Number 4. Marcus. Oh my god, dude. This is like... I hate this character so much. And I'm not being biased or anything. Just this kid is like... he's terrible. He's a terrible blader. The only other somewhat strong blader in his group was Demore, and he cheated to, you know, to get him off his game. Like he launched close to Demore, so he couldn't launch his Scorpio very good, and that's basically how he won somewhat of a spot on the African team. But then he lost it later on because I don't want to spoil it, but things happen. And do you know what he does after he gets the bracelet? He leaves and books it to his hiding spot instead of fighting other bladers to practice. I mean, what do you... How are you gonna get better if you're just gonna run away, Marcus? Well, thank God he wasn't part of the African team, because I really hated him, and he's just not a strong blader. God, I hate you, Marcus. Number 3. Demore. Now, you know, in his own right, he is a good blader from his Beyblade knowledge and his great eyesight. But other than that, he's not really a strong blader. Is it his launch or something? Because Scorpio just, like, after one hit, gets pretty wobbly. And the only reason why they stood a chance with... you know, in the championship was because he was partnered up with Benkei, which Benkei's pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure if it was a one-on-one battle, you know, without any help at all, I'm pretty sure Demore would lose. because I mean he doesn't really have anything to counter anything with. All he has is his eyesight and knowledge, but what is that gonna help him? I mean, I guess maybe find a weakness, but it doesn't seem like Scorpio is really that strong anyways. Number 2. Teamlovushka. Now, here's a bunch of bladers that need to cheat in order to win, but they don't win. Even though they cheat, they don't win. Talk as much trash as you want about Tatsuya, but at least he knows how to cheat and win. You got it, Tatsuya. They are very smart, though. I mean, they are like, what, space scientists or something? Like, their dream is to go up to space to, study. I can't even remember, like, gravity, time, something like that. They're very smart, but they're not really bladers. They're just, I don't know. I just don't know. And now, the one we've all been waiting for. The number 1 weakest blader, or should I say bladers, in the Metal series, in my opinion. Blader DJ and American DJ. Okay, this is why these guys are the worst bladers in the series, by far. So, okay, their launching is terrible. Just downright horrible. At least, the generic bladers, at least they can launch, right? I mean, at least they have a strong, release, I guess. And these guys are like, dude, how old are these guys anyways? I mean, they're adults. Shouldn't they be stronger than children? And another thing, like, when they were battling, it's just like in real life battles, kind of like those boring stamina battles. It was just like that, except it's in the anime. And when does that happen? That's like probably the, I don't know, it's kind of like the best worst battle ever because of how boring it was, but they kind of did their own commentary, over it, and that's what made it somewhat entertaining. But that doesn't change the fact that these guys are horrible. I mean, they're not really, I guess they are bladers apparently. I mean, why else would they have their Beyblades, around? I don't know. But that's why I have them at number 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list. It was pretty fun to do, but it was pretty difficult too because so many bladers to choose from, that I consider not very good. And if you disagree, don't rip me a new one. Just comment down below who would you have on your list, and explain why. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear what other people think, Maybe I missed a blader, who knows? Who knows? So I hope you guys have a good day, or night, wherever you live, because I don't know where you live. I'm not a stalker. Or maybe I am. Whew, I'm just joking. So yeah, I'm out.